Hey everyone. Read a very interesting quote from, I guess her name is Maria Wilson, whatever. She was one of those like child actors or whatever. She said a very interesting phrase, and it's, stop saying, I wish somebody would do something about this, or I wish somebody would do it, change it, make things better. As an adult, be the one who makes the change. Be the one who says something. Be the one who makes life better. And it's a very interesting quote that it took for me to read that to really understand that it sounds extremely simple, but it's something that in society we don't do. I do get countless comments in my videos, some saying, oh, finally, somebody's saying something about this. Or, oh my god, this guy is speaking his mind. Now, I have to say, it is hardwired in my head that I am not exactly the first person to keep his mouth shut. Whether I be wronged or whatever, I always say something for the better of others or the better of the situation. It doesn't always work out in the best regards, but it's definitely something that shouldn't be frowned upon or should be more embraced these days. Just watch the news for an hour and I'm guaranteeing you aren't going to like 9 of 10 stories that they have to say in the news. Whether it be corruption, stupid politics, somebody does something dumb that you say, why the hell are they downplaying it? It's really something that I'm pretty sure happens to all of us. There has to be something that you don't like. There has to be something that you wish was better or that you wish went a different way. I strive to be that kind of person. I don't intentionally try to do it. It just comes kind of natural to me. Whether it be a PlayStation 3 that dies on you and you see X number of people having the same problem or complaining about the same problem, and when you realize that a corporation is not being fair or not being really justified in decisions, it's a shame that no one really stands up and says something. We tend to spend more effort fighting amongst ourselves. And this is something that we should, as part of the human society, strive to change. The perfect example, at least from my perspective here on YouTube, is look at the big, flame wars or fighting amongst ourselves kind of topics. The big ones are very, very obvious. You have atheism versus creationism, or, the belief in gods, which causes tons of drama, false flagging up the wazoo, and a lot of rage and hatred. Going on to video games, which I know some people would probably say it's not really a big deal, but to some it is, for some reason or another. You go on YouTube, you're going to find people on complete opposite ends fighting it out, trying to disprove each other, trying to say one is better than the other, trying to say that their dick is bigger than yours. And that is the entire point of their videos. And it goes on to anything. Cars, sports. Sports is a biggie. Somebody hates one sport team over another, and this player can beat the shit out of your player, and, for some reason in society, we always have to prove ourselves as being better than the other, and it does a lot more destruction than good. And, I don't strive to be that type of person. I don't want to be a person that is necessarily better than another. I mean, if somebody is blatantly wrong, like, to a point where it is a problem, I speak up, I say something to them. If they write something extremely dumb on my channel, I just pretty much say, yeah, you're the one being dumb. I'm not going to stoop to your level. But it really is something that we all, as a society, need to step back and really think and really say, look, I want change. I want this to be better. I want this to end. Enough of this crap. And I really do find it funny, or maybe not funny, maybe sad or horrible that not enough people do this. Not enough people speak their mind. Not enough people actually tell it as it is. Now, I would have to say I thank my grandfather for a lot of that, because there's not a single memory that I have where he didn't tell it as it is. So I'm pretty sure I adapted that kind of mindset. Does it get you in trouble? Of course. I mean, of course, people love to downplay a situation. People like to do wrong, and when you're a person who witnesses it, they want you to shut up. They don't want you to speak. But, in history, that's how it always is, right? You have people who dealt with Al Capone. I'm pretty sure a lot of them aren't even, their bodies haven't even been found because they were about to run their mouth and they had to be offed. But if you put enough people, if let's say, a good chunk of society acted in that way, we wouldn't have the corruption we have today. We wouldn't have, the problems we have today. The biggest example is the way our economy is today. If enough people actually spoke up and said something, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have ended up the way it did. I'm sure the people who wronged us would be rotting in jail right now, and the people who legitimately wanted to help us would be the actual people running things. But that's not how it works, right? Because society, we just need to bite our tongues and allow things to just happen. And we shouldn't. We really shouldn't, guys. I urge everybody who watches this video to speak up. Say something. Do something. If you don't like the way something is, make a difference. Make a change. Because, society cannot stand to stay the same. It just doesn't happen. We are a very powerful society, and the biggest tool is the computer that's in front of everybody. You're watching this video right now. You're hearing what I have to say. The computer gave you that power. The computer gave you the power to say something, speak your mind. And don't let anyone shut you up. The people who are the biggest speakers are the people who are destined to be successful. Don't always follow. Be a leader. Be a person who thinks against the grain, It definitely helps, and it definitely makes life better. So I have to say, take care, guys. Look out for future content. I just felt the need to really say this in a video. And, if you guys have anything to add, please do drop a comment below. If you think somebody else should watch this video, please do pass along the message. But, just because I do make a lot of videos of hatred, rage, and excessive cursing, I know it's kind of bad. I'm not a negative person. I'm not a person that just thinks everything sucks. It's just, we need to work together as a society to make things better. When a product fails you, instead of fighting each other, why don't you work together to find a solution? Instead of saying, well, my PlayStation 3 yellow lighted, and having people say it's your fault, why don't you guys sit down, think, listen, be logical for once, and work together for the better good of the customers of a PlayStation? Why can't we do that? So take care, guys. Look out for future content.